It's good stuff, man. And I wanted to ask you, what was your testimony? How did you come to just serving, like just believing in God and serving Him and just being committed?
Oh man, so I got to go back 15 years, but maybe a little bit earlier.
Mm,
Like prior to, I was a teenager, like I want to say sophomore year in high school. But even prior to that, I remember just being so critical of God, just like, how can I put my faith in something that I can't see or someone that I don't know? Or even though
mm,
my parents were religious, they were religious, like I'm come from a Latin background, so
mm,
it's somewhat traditional, like parents are Catholic, but
mm,
my dad didn't really quite follow it extensively, and my mom and my grandmother were more so faith, faithful rocks, in my life. But I was just the skeptic. I was just not atheist, but I was more agnostic. I was just like, how can I?
mm.
Because I'm always saw my mom, I always saw my folks, and I always saw that they were doing stuff for me. So it's like, how can I put my faith in someone that I can't see? But I remember like I was on vacation with my family, my mom, my dad, grandmother. We were in the car, didn't have any seatbelts except for the driver, and my uncle was driving, trying to get in front of two motorcycles that were driving kind of slow on a two-lane road, but there was an oncoming car, and
What?
my uncle had to kind of swerve back into the right lane again, but he lost control, and then I don't know what happened first, if the car tipped over and then we hit a tree, or if we hit a tree and the car tipped over. So that was still a blur to me, but it was definitely a hard impact. And I remember people were just gathering around, people dragged us out, were helping us out of the car, the wreckage, and I'm just looking around, just still trying to process everything, like what just happened, and even to this day, it was like I'm still thinking like, man, somebody should have died, because my grandmother was there, my mom, my dad, and myself, and my uncle. So it was just like, wow. So I feel like that was really the catalyst that kind of got me thinking about God a little bit more. And then fast forward 5 years from that point, I was 20 years old at the time, just my second year in college, and community college, and just like remember asking one of my classmates, "Hey, what you been up to during the summer?" And she tells me she was doing midweek and Bible studies. So at that point, I was like, like maybe. And then I was like, maybe I should check it out and see. I was like, give me the name, the address, phone number, and
Yeah.
I'm there. So just kind of fast forward a few months. In 2010, Halloween, I became a disciple, and man, this it's been quite a journey, but it's one that I don't regret, even on my worst days.